What's going on, Guardians? NGN Deceased back here with another Destiny video. So today I decided to talk about something that I saw in the Destiny 2 reveal trailer. This happens to be the fact that the Destiny 2 reveal trailer notified everybody, if you were paying attention closely to the trailer, that Guardians no longer have ghosts. Now, this basically tells me that the Guardians no longer have ghosts, which means we don't have connections to our powers anymore. Now, something interesting to note is that the EXO Stranger also teleports in and out of space without a ghost. And something also interesting, I mean, it's way more interesting than what I thought it was going to be, but when I read it, it blew my mind. Now, I'm going to read it right here for you. It's an actual Grimoire card. It's from the Ghost Fragment of the EXO Stranger. If you have the Grimoire, you can obviously go and look it up yourself and read it and then put your own theories together. But based off of what I saw in the trailer, this makes the most sense to me right now. I stand here now and now, many times. This view, this ground. This is where I always choose to stand. I put my feet where I put my feet before, and where I will again. And I look at the sky. Great things moving, rendered with small distance, lesser things not moving, watching me. I always stand here, resolute, then fall back to that point there where everything shatters. The sky isn't special here, certainly no better than any other sky, but it's the view I know best. The silent avalanche begins, rock and dust, falling chaos, machines as a rule hate chaos. Our enemies outflank us from below, above, left, right, before, beyond, the traveler shattering. There are always the dead, their names shift. Sometimes I think I see myself among the dead, but I am resolute. Now, if you just heard what I said, our enemies outflank us from below, above, left, right, before, beyond, the traveler shattering. If that doesn't make the most amount of sense to you as it does to me, then I don't know what to tell you. But I believe that the EXO Stranger is from the future. Now, bear with me. I realize that may seem a tad bit far-fetched, but we are in the world of Destiny where Vex can teleport in and out of time and space through nature of their own doing, their own technology. They're able to do that. They're able to sit here and bring Nexus minds back to life by warping them through space and rebirth. The Vex are literally creation and destruction, if you think of it in that way. They're able to create and they're able to destroy. They're able to send things to and from time. Now, the most interesting thing is this. Right here. The silent avalanche begins. Rock and dust. Falling chaos. Machines, as a rule, hate chaos. Now, this is the most interesting thing to me, because machines, the Vex, although they do fight you throughout the majority of the game, they do hate chaos. It's not their thing. They mostly like to stay in significant order and act on things when they feel the time is right. They don't like chaos. If they get disturbed, they will fight. But for the most part, if the whole world comes cluttering down within them, they're going to do everything they can to stop it from happening. They don't like chaos. So I feel like this is the way it's going to go. In Destiny 1, we met the EXO Stranger, we met the Speaker, we met the Traveler, we were introduced to the Ghost, we were introduced to our power. But in Destiny 2, however, the Traveler is being destroyed, we've been disconnected from the Ghost, the Speaker is nowhere to be found, and the EXO Stranger shows up, is what I'm thinking is going to happen. The EXO Stranger is going to show up and reconnect us to a distant power that we didn't even think was possible to be connected to. Now, the most interesting part is this. That's basically going to connect the Stranger to everything that's happening in Destiny 2 so far. The EXO Stranger travels in the darkness without a ghost. What does that tell you? That at some point, even the EXO Stranger was introduced to chaos to a point where her ghost was disconnected to her. Now, I can't say just yet that she was attacked by Gaul, but she was obviously attacked by something so fearsome that the Traveler in her timeline was completely destroyed, disconnecting her from her ghost and forcing her to have to seek out a new power. Now, the reason why I say she was forced to seek out a new power is because she's teleporting to and from space, to and from timelines, if you want to say that. There's only one way you can do that. That's if you're Vex. And she's also an EXO. So, dabbling into EXO lore, EXOs can be rewritten and rebuilt to do certain things. Their memories can be completely wiped. Cade 6 and the Gunsmith are prime examples. They've been completely wiped multiple times. Cade doesn't even remember what happened behind or before the Twilight, the War of the Twilight Gap. He has no recollection. And the Gunsmith has been rewritten so many times. He doesn't know what even happened to him. He doesn't know how he was made. He doesn't know how he was created. All he knows is that he was basically placed in the tower to deliver weapons to us. Now, if EXOs can be rewritten as if they were hard drives, who's to say that she didn't rewrite herself, but this time infused with Vex technology, right? Exactly. Now, this is going to be far-fetched, but it'll all make sense in the end. Osiris. The very first expansion for Destiny 2 is going to be Osiris. It's going to be about Osiris, if I dare to say so. But the most interesting thing to me is that Osiris, besides the Warlock community, Osiris is the prime person who basically knows almost anything you can get on the Vex. If you get what I'm saying. Mercury is basically, well, in Destiny, a giant ball of Vex technology. Now, why in the world would Osiris basically place himself on Mercury if he didn't intend to study the Vex, right? So my thing is, if Osiris placed himself on Mercury to basically discover everything about the Vex that he could, then that seems like the only logical place that the EXO Stranger would be able to learn everything she could and get a hand on Vex technology. Now, it's safe to say that she basically couldn't have infused herself with Vex technology, but it's also safe to say that Osiris could have infused the EXO Stranger with Vex technology. Now, the main reason for me saying this is because she's able to teleport in and without time. The only person or beings in the Destiny universe that can do that are the Vex. You have the Fallen that are constantly chasing down Vex technology to sit here and warp countless armies in. Skolas even did it in the story. He got to a point at the Citadel where he was able to sit there and basically warp hundreds of his fallen brethren into the Citadel using the Vex technology. You have every reason to sit here and believe that Osiris has infused the EXO Stranger with Vex technology, and in doing so, the EXO Stranger was actually able to sit here and teleport within time and space to the past to talk to us, the Guardians. Now, here's my theory on what Destiny 2, well, the very first half of the Destiny 2 story is going to be about. We're going to get introduced to the destruction of Gaul. We're going to get introduced to Gaul himself. We're going to get introduced to the reason why Gaul has come here, which is obviously to destroy the Guardians and rip us from our power and take over Earth. But in doing so, we're also going to get introduced to the EXO Stranger. It's going to be slightly subtle, but I feel like we're going to rally the troops and we're going to get everybody together. We're going to get all the Queen's Guard. We're going to get everybody that we know that's still alive within this invasion to come and help us fight. And then out of nowhere, in the middle of everything, there's going to be a cutscene. Wham! Here comes the EXO Stranger yet again. And everybody's going to be shocked. It's going to be like, oh shit, it's the EXO Stranger. Where did she come from? Holy! And then she's going to yet again tell us something that's going to blow our minds. I was here once before, Guardians. Or something similar to that. And she's basically going to explain to us why she visited us in the past in Destiny 1. And the actually full reason why she's here now. And that's to help us in this battle that we have. Because wherever she came from, she lost her ghost, which means her city was invaded, and her traveler, her version of the traveler, was destroyed. However, that doesn't stop her from traveling in the past if she has Vex technology to prevent it from happening. So the only real question here is the EXO Stranger gonna be the most important character in Destiny 2, or is she even gonna be in Destiny 2? My answer is yes to both. She's gonna be in Destiny 2, and she's gonna be the most important character because I feel like she's gonna be able to reconnect us to the Ghost, or introduce us to a whole new level of power that we didn't fathom possible. But my thing is, in doing so, are we gonna be connected to the darkness or the light? Because Vex could be considered darkness energy. Osiris is very well known for being able to be well versed in darkness energy and light. Like, warlocks themselves as a race are known for basically being on the borderline of darkness and light. Now, Osiris was able to keep his sanity somewhat while exploring the darkness, but then he was basically expelled from the tower, expelled from the Warlock Order, and he basically developed his own order, which is now known as the Disciples of Osiris. But they're all borderline darkness. And as a side note, I'm really hoping that in Destiny 2 for the expansion, we happen to fight the Disciples of Osiris, because that'd be freaking amazing to see, you know, enemies launching Nova bombs at us. But that's completely further away from the point. The point here is that in Destiny 2, in the reveal trailer at least, there's no ghost. The EXO Stranger happens to travel without a ghost. If the EXO Stranger travels without a ghost, then that means she's connected to some distant power. But that distant power is also Vex technology, which is what I believe. If that's Vex technology, the only way she could ever be connected to Vex technology without having been completely turned into a darkness warrior is to go talk to Osiris. Because Osiris, or at least the Disciples of Osiris, are the only people who have extensive backgrounds in dabbling within Vex technology. So, with all that being said, I feel that the EXO Stranger is going to be the protagonist for the story, basically. She is going to be the person, she's basically going to be sort of like Zavala or the Vanguard for Destiny 2. She's going to be the person to sit there and basically set us out on our missions and help us understand this new power that we're going to come to understand within the story, because there's no way in the world we're going to go throughout the whole Destiny story without powers. But I'm actually really excited, because if the EXO Stranger is what I think she is, and she's teleporting from the future with the help of Osiris, then this story is gonna be amazing. Because right off the bat, we're gonna be in a very hellish war, a very intense war, and then we're gonna meet the EXO Stranger, who's then gonna give us access to new powers, and then we're gonna finally find out who Osiris really is, and we're finally gonna find out the mysteries of Osiris. You know, we're finally gonna find out what the EXO Stranger brought to us. We're finally gonna find out everything that was missing with Destiny 1, the mysteries of the Stranger, the mysteries of Osiris, the mysteries of Rasputin, the mysteries of what the Traveler's really here for, the mysteries of the Speaker even, could finally be revealed in the Destiny 2 storyline. And if the EXO Stranger carries over from 1 into 2, and she's connected to Vex technology, and she was basically from the future teleporting to the past with a new power, we are in for one hell of a story, and I cannot wait. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this, because I mean, I did do some extensive reading and it makes the most sense to me. If you guys have any different theories, shoot, tell me in the comment section, because I'm really interested to hear into what you guys have to think, because this right here, this whole lore diving thing, this is for me. I love this stuff. You know, I don't make many videos on it because there's plenty of people in the YouTube community who do it. My name is Bife, and you have Myling Games and stuff like that. But I figured just this one time I do it, because nobody really speaks on the EXO Stranger anymore, and she's the most interesting character. So without further ado, guys, I bid you good day. Leave a like, leave a comment, definitely subscribe if you haven't. We're almost to 100 subs, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.